Well, here we are. It's time to get some real work started on our nitrous kit, and the biggest thing is getting it fitted, getting everything fitted in, because it's going to be a little tight here and there. So we got to kind of figure out how it's all going to fit together. Should be interesting. So, all right, well, let's get to work. Get some of this stuff unbolted, get some other stuff tried out. Let's do it. All right, Jack caught someone eating his cat food. It's a squirrel, so he decided to deal out a little Jack justice. This is what's going to happen to humanity if they keep messing around with him, especially me. You want some cat food, Jack, or are you just going to eat that squirrel? Okay, well, I'll put some food in your bowl. All right, this is the fate that awaits me. Yeah, I know. It's all yours. Okay, guys, we've basically got it laid here, and all we're doing now is we're going to prime it, fuel system. And we've got a huge leak. Perfect. All right. I guess we should have tightened that. That would have been a good start. Shows how much we know. Thought I had already tightened that. And yes, you probably want to have some AN wrenches. Just so you're not using, if you really care about how your stuff looks. So, well, the good news is we're not going to be starting it, we're just checking things. All right, let's try that one more time. All right, it looks like we're in decent shape with that now. Got it all tightened, or at least we're in decent shape for this little bit. Now this next part is going to be a little tricky. Actually, I think we'll do it the other way. Probably not the greatest idea in the world, having a bunch of wires. I guess I can just wrap these two together like that. Having a bunch of exposed wires and fuel hanging around. Not exactly a great way to do things. Let's see what we got here. Now in this instance, there we go. Did you guys see that? We squirted a little fuel, just priming it. So we wanted to make sure that what we had going on here was that we don't have any leaks from our lines here, from our Y, our lines going into our plate. Everything looks good there. So the fuel side looks good. In actuality, it just looks like we're making a mess, but the fuel side looks okay. And cool. Let's move over and try and get some of the nitrous side worked on. Guys, that's what's left of breakfast. There will be no stealing of cat food of Jack's. you get caught on that porch, getting in that bowl, it's game over. Just letting you know. I'm scared to even go put the food in the bowl half the time because he's crazy. All right, let's go do some work, real work. Well, we have ran into the first snag, if you want to call it that. This is a number 4. They have different styles of bottle nuts. These capture styles, which don't use a washer. Then there's this particular style, which uses a washer. And of course, our line is number 6. Our nitrous filter is a number 6. And the bottle we got from Pirate is had a number 4 line, -4, whatever. So we ordered a new nut. Here's the problem. That's no bueno. We didn't check that. We just assumed. So that's an issue. So what I'm going to try and do is Pirate's got 2 bottles filled. I'm going to see if one of he has -4 line, and I'm going to see if I can swap if he's got a bottle that uses the traditional nut. If I can just swap bottles with him, and he can have this one to use, and so I can put this on and use our fitting, so we don't have to go through a bunch of rigmarole. So he is fixing to be back in town, but this presents a problem because we can't even test the nitrous side of it. Ugh. It's always something. So anyway, let me see if I can figure something out, but it looks like we've done, within 10 minutes we're dead in our tracks. So awesome. All right, well, let's get back to work or figuring it out or whatever. Okay, one of the small things that we have managed to get done is we got our arming switch hooked up, or we've got it in a piece of how it's going to be mounted. How about that? This is basically what it's going to look like. We'll drill a few holes and put a few screws and stuff like that, and we've got our purge button, so to speak, hooked up. So now we just got to get it permanently mounted, and then we'll have to wire it in when we get the rest of the kit installed. But hey, progress. We're making small steps, and then I'll kind of go back over the whole thing here when we get it all done up. All right, well, we've got our bottle mounted. We've also kind of figured out how our nitrous line is going to go. It's not going to look like that, but it'll be somewhat hidden. Of course, we have to work with what we were given. So we did get a hold of Michael, Pirate, and he's going to be back home here in a day or so, and he said he'll bring one of his bottles by and see if we can get something figured out here where we can have do our stuff the way we need it to be done. So there we go. So we are getting a little bit done, not as much as we'd like, but a little bit here and there. Oh, boom tube. You love it or hate it, but you can't argue with it. All right, let's get back to work, guys. All right, we got our bottle for Michael, and our bottle nut fits like we expected it would. So now that we've got our line hooked up, this is just to test everything. Let's move over to the GoPro and check this puppy out. All right, guys, Jack's out here. He's probably gonna get very upset once we hit this, but the first thing we're gonna do is valve the bottle on. We've got it all hooked up. We're just gonna valve the bottle on and make sure we don't have any leaks. Okay, we're valved on. We got about 850 psi. It's a fresh fill. We haven't done anything to it. So now we're going to move over here and we're going to just hit the solenoid one time, see what we got. I guess I should turn the power on. And we got nothing. Well, guys, we've got a problem yet again. It's always something. Our nitrous solenoid, which in all honesty we had not checked it recently, but we had checked it in the past a couple of times and it worked fine, is no longer working. So I gotta send Nitrous Express a email or whatever and see if we can get it rebuilt, or what. So it's another problem. It's delaying us yet again. So oh well. We'll make another video and we find out something. So anyway, that's a big fat disappointment. This whole weekend was basically shot. When we found out about our boiler nut on Friday, Saturday was just a wash. We didn't get a whole pirate, just didn't work out. And then today we get the bottle and we come out to work on it, and no leaks, but we got no nitrous either. So anyway, well, it is what it is. So move on to the next thing. We have made a little bit of progress here. Small steps. We've got a solenoid from Michael. It's basically the same one that I had, except it's a nifty orange. Nitrous Express, and we've already loosened up the fittings. So this one does work, and we can move. We can move towards getting this garbage hooked up. Got a little bit of plumber's paste here. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. So we don't want to put a ton on it. I'm sure there's other people that use Teflon tape, things like that. I've used both in the past, but I'm not a power adder expert by any stretch of the imagination. So, you know, do as I say, not as I do, kind of a deal. All right. We're making some progress here. Oh, I guess it would help if we had the right size wrench. So, we've already got a little bit on our T here. But hopefully this is going to get us to the point where we can test hit it. Ooh, should also put the let's see, that's going to put it like that. No, we don't want to do that. It's got to be more like this. So I guess it could be like that. It spins out. Yeah, they work like that. Okay, well, you can see what we're doing here. Make it a mess. But anyway, just a quick update. I'll splice this in with the other vids, or new vid, or this vid, or that vid, and we're getting closer. So we'll finish this up real quick, and of course it's time to go eat lunch. Teresa's off today. I didn't realize that well, let me be honest, I forgot that she was taking off today, so it's kind of put a little hink in my working plans. But after we get back from lunch, we're going to get working on this, and we'll get a test hit, and we're getting closer piece by piece. It's taking forever. I know you guys are freaking out. So anyway, let me get off here. See you in we'll see you in a few minutes.